Hello again, world. This is Michael G. Nastos reporting for WDEE-TV Headline News, coming to you from our studios here in downtown Ypsilanti, Michigan. We have our top 5 stories of the day for this Thursday, October 2nd, 2014, and that number 1 story comes from Heritage West and writer Ben Baird. The Washtenaw County Board of Commissioners has authorized a half-mil county road tax to pay for maintenance to help keep roads in reasonable condition, and we need it. A public hearing was held during the board meeting October 1st, during which multiple county residents and local officials spoke both for and against the millage proposal. This millage is calculated to cost county homeowners $50 for every $100,000 of their home's taxable value, according to the proposal. The millage was requested by the Washtenaw County Road Commission after the Roads Funding Committee, created by county commissioners in June, has decided the half-mil tax is the best funding solution after evaluating several options. Commissioners approved the millage by a vote of 6-3, with Commissioners Kent Martinez-Kratz, Ronnie Peterson, and Alicia Ping voting no, and the other commissioners voting yes. The tax is to be levied in December of this year and used to perform repairs and maintenance during 2015. It's expected to generate more than $7.2 million for road funding. It will fund specific projects throughout the area for county primary roads, which connect county municipal ties, and often those municipalities run through multiple townships. There are about 590 miles of these roads in Washtenaw County, among around 2,300 of those miles of public roads. More on this story can be found on the local news feeds link on our website at WDEE-TV.com online. More sharing Michigan with the world, and coming up next, Supreme Court here delays an action on same-sex marriage.
At Morgan Taylor, buy 2 suits, get a 3rd suit free. Morgan Taylor is located at 133 West Michigan Avenue in Ypsilanti. Clothing and accessories for men, women, and children at Morgan Taylor. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call 734-221-0296. Ask about layaways and in-store financing. At Morgan Taylor, buy 2 suits, get a 3rd suit free.
Welcome back to WDEE-TV Headline News. We're sharing Michigan with the world, and we're coming to you from our studios here in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Our number 2 story comes from USA Today and writer Richard Wolff. The Supreme Court passed up its first opportunity to re-enter the national debate on same-sex marriage Thursday, delaying a decision on whether to hear any new cases on this issue. The justices are considering state bans on same-sex marriage in Utah, Oklahoma, Virginia, Indiana, and Wisconsin that have been overturned in lower courts. Now they must decide whether to hear any of those cases or let the latest court rulings stand, which would legalize gay marriage in 11 additional states. Now, if the court ultimately agrees to hear one or more cases, oral arguments would be held in early 2015 and a ruling rendered before the court adjourns in June. It is unlikely that the justices will decide before their next conference on October 10th. 19 states and the District of Columbia permit same-sex marriage, and the High Court ruled last year that the federal government cannot deny benefits to such couples. It sidestepped the remaining state laws by taking no position on the merits of California's ban, which had been struck down by lower federal courts. Since those decisions were handed down, 6 additional states have legalized gay marriage, and federal and state judges in 14 more states have overturned marriage bans, beginning with Utah last December. All those rulings have been put on hold during the appeals process, leaving 31 bans in place. More on this very important story can be found on our local news feeds link on our website at WDEE-TV.com. Coming up next, the list of best sports towns in America is out, and guess which town is number 1? Welcome back to WDEE-TV Headline News, coming to you from our studios in Ypsilanti, and we thank our good friends at Morgan Taylor. Buy 2 suits, get a 3rd suit free. Our third story today comes from USA Today and writer Nate Scott. In USA Today's Reader's Choice contest for the best sports city, Detroit came out of the gate strong, and fans of the Lions, Tigers, Red Wings, Pistons, and IndyCar followers stayed competitive, and it did pay off. Detroit has taken the title of best sports city in the USA. Now, with its plethora of pro teams and a dazzling IndyCar race at Belle Isle, the Motor City offers sports teams and fans a year-round calendar of reasons to visit the city. The winners of the Best City for Sports category in the USA Today 10 Best Readers poll, as I say, Detroit came out number 1, followed by Indianapolis, Indiana, Dallas-Fort Worth, Chicago was number 4, surprisingly Green Bay, Wisconsin number 5, Boston number 6, Ann Arbor, Michigan came out number 7, Pittsburgh number 8, New Orleans 9, and Oakland, California 10. Congratulations to all the winners. These cities make an excellent bucket list for sports fans. The hardest part will be deciding when and where to go. I would choose Detroit. More on this story can be found in our local news feeds link on our website at WDEE-TV.com. Our fourth story coming up next. The harsh winter last year has hit Michigan's wine grape crops hard.
At Morgan Taylor, buy 2 suits, get a 3rd suit free. Morgan Taylor is located at 133 West Michigan Avenue in Ypsilanti. Clothing and accessories for men, women, and children at Morgan Taylor. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call 734-221-0296. Ask about layaways and in-store financing. At Morgan Taylor, buy 2 suits, get a 3rd suit free.
We welcome you back to the WDEE-TV Headline News Report, coming to you from our studios in downtown Ypsilanti. My name is Michael G. Nastos, your reporter. Our fifth story today comes from the Detroit Free Press and writers Lati Meyer. Last winter's harsh weather has cut the state's wine grape crop in half. Michigan Grape and Wine Industry Council reported that today. Devastatingly low temperatures ravaged vineyards in Berrien, Van Buren, Leelanau, and Grand Traverse counties, plus a frozen Lake Michigan meant no warming winds, which vintners need for a decent crop. Colder weather also means more bugs attacking the vines, and the mild, wet summer delayed the already smaller crop from ripening. Vineyard owners are submitting applications for the U.S. Department of Agriculture Assistance Relief, according to the Council, which is part of the Michigan Department of Agriculture and Rural Development. For wine drinkers, this means fewer Michigan wines with the 2014 vintage. However, Council spokesperson Carol Bush said the 50% drop in yield will not lead to increased Michigan wine prices. Hardest hit were the less hardy grapes used for Merlot, Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, and Cabernet Franc, which can't handle prolonged exposure to that cold weather. Yet the wineries aren't in as terrible a shape as they could be, thanks to the highly productive 2012 and 2013 seasons. Michigan ranks 5th in the United States in wine production. It grows more than 40 types of grapes used for winemaking, according to the Council. The state's wine industry contributes more than $300 million annually to the Michigan economy. More on this story can be found on our local news feeds link on our website, WDEE-TV.com. That was actually our fourth story. Our fifth story coming up next, a new business aims to revitalize a Saline industrial site. Stay tuned. Welcome back to WDEE-TV Headline News, coming to you from our studios in Ypsilanti, Michigan for this day. And this is our fifth and final story, coming from the Saline reporter and writer Amy Bell. Thank you, Amy. A facility that once housed a business struggling due to the downfall of the automotive industry now has a second chance as a new business, and they have taken over. Windsor Mold Saline at 1294 Beach Court, the former location of Scherer and Trier, manufactures plastic parts used by the automotive industry. Windsor Mold Saline purchased Scherer and Trier's assets back in late August. Scherer and Trier occupied the facility for about 8 years. Quote, our intent is to grow the business, obviously, and also the employment in the facility, said Keith Henry, president of Windsor Mold Group. The Windsor Mold Saline Group is currently operating with a significantly reduced staff of 52 employees, all former employees of Scherer and Trier. Employees manufacture exterior body side moldings for the customer that remained after the company downsized. Approximately 10% of the 112,000 square foot facility is being used with one molding machine out of 12 operating 4 days a week. Continuing, he said, nonetheless, it's a reduced staff, but we are still operating, we're running production, and we're shipping product to our customers as we speak. Having a manufacturing facility in Saline also puts the company closer to some of its customers it supplies. It allows the expansion of its customer base. As he continued, it's now up to us to rebuild that supply, some of our current customers that are not currently supplied from Saline, and also to try to grow our customer base as well. Saline City Manager Todd Campbell said it is exciting to have Windsor Mold Saline in the area and hopes that they become strong corporate partners in the community. More on this story can be found on our local news feeds link on our website online, WDEE-TV.com. Coming up next, the WDEE-TV Headline Music and Sports Report.
At Morgan Taylor, buy 2 suits, get a 3rd suit free. Morgan Taylor is located at 133 West Michigan Avenue in Ypsilanti. Clothing and accessories for men, women, and children at Morgan Taylor. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call 734-221-0296. Ask about layaways and in-store financing. At Morgan Taylor, buy 2 suits, get a 3rd suit free.
Welcome back to WDEE-TV Headline News, coming to you from our studios in Ypsilanti, Michigan. We're sharing Michigan with the world at your fingertips, and we have a WDEE-TV Headline Sports Report. While the Tigers did clinch their 4th consecutive AL Central crown, and they faced the Baltimore Orioles in the division series, by the way, the first ever postseason matchup between these two storied franchises, musical chairs surrounding local names has already begun. Kirk Gibson and Alan Trammell were given their walking papers from Arizona, and former Tiger and ex-Toledo Mudhens manager Phil Nevin is being considered to pilot the Diamondbacks. Another ex-Tiger, A.J. Hinch, was hired as the new manager of the Houston Astros, and oh yeah, that guy Jeter from Kalamazoo retired. Also notable, ex-Michigan State University star pitcher and Toledo native A.J. Actor won his first game in the major leagues with Minnesota against the Tigers last week in their stretch drive, while hurler Chris Bassett and his Chicago White Sox beat the Bengals last week, he also being a product of Toledo, and in his case, Akron University. Then there is the story of journeyman lefty pitcher Rich Hill, the University of Michigan product who played with his 6th and 7th teams in his MLB career, the LA Angels and the New York Yankees, and was not able to go into postseason with either team. Hill has a lifetime major league record of 24 wins, 22 losses, and has been in uniform for 16 different minor league teams. One of the more remarkable facts, though they did not finish above 500, comes from ex-EMU player manager Terry Collins and his New York Mets, finishing in a tie for second place with the Atlanta Braves in the NL East and getting a contract extension along with GM Sandy Alderson. As a sidebar, two prominent Tigers are up for humanitarian awards. Pitcher Justin Verlander is one of 30 MLB players to possibly win the prestigious Roberto Clemente Award, while Best DH Victor Martinez is nominated for the Hank Aaron Award among each 30 MLB team performers. And that's WDEE-TV headline news for this Thursday, October 2nd, 2014. I'm Michael G. Nastos reporting. So long, everybody. See you tomorrow.